it again if you fail the first time. That sounds very intimidating, but so I was busy studying that for that at one point. But then another one, and this is like a little bit sick and twisted. No, actually, that's okay. But I ordered the Beyond. Okay, so way back, I think in March, I ordered a Beyond headset because I figured, oh, I'm gonna be doing ASMR in VR again, or not again, for the first time. Or well, I was just starting to, and I was really enjoying it. And I talked a lot about in the first video I did about how like clunky my original live headset was, and so I was like, I'm gonna make a dedicated purchase to get a nicer headset, which I did, and it was originally the Beyond one. And 1 week later, they made an announcement saying that they were going to make another headset like the Beyond 2, and that anyone who had recently ordered would also get upgraded for free. And so I got upgraded for free, which was really awesome. It's been really cool. But I wasn't able to, I think it got, there's a really big demand for it. A lot of people placed an order, and the shipping got delayed super late. So I ordered it in March, and I don't think I got it until July or maybe August. And that whole time I was like, oh, I'll just keep waiting and I'll make another video when my headset gets here because I'm gonna be so excited. And then it kept getting like taking longer and longer, and so eventually I was like, okay, well, I should make some just like ones where I play League and things, which I did, but I need to start doing again. And then I guess that's where I guess grad school get me kind of busy, but I was also not prioritizing making ASMR as much as I hoped, I guess. Again, like similar perfectionist stuff where I want to do it, but then I don't really make time for it, or like, oh, I don't have my headset, like I can't make it. But I did finally get my headset. Sorry it's taken me so long until now to make something. I will be, I guess, reading some of my lecture notes sometime. I guess not like update. Oh, I passed my exam. I did well. My preliminary qualifying exam. That was 8 hours. I passed, which I was very happy about. And now I'm taking an immunology class, and immunology is like crazy. So originally I took it because my friend, who I study really well with, and we're like really close in my program, her lab wanted her to take immunology, and so I said, oh, I'm still looking to take an elective. I'll go ahead, I can take it with you because we study really well together. Like, we have very similar study habits, and we learn well together. Like, we'll go through every single slide and re-lecture, re-listen to all of the lecture material, and go through like every single slide. Like, we're super thorough because sometimes we would go to study sessions that other students would do, and it would kind of be like they would, and I mean, I also don't blame them because a lot of people would show up to them, so it's like, how do you tailor this for everyone? But they literally be studying together for like 12 hours, and it doesn't even feel like it because it's so fun. I don't know, we both really like learning, and so we genuinely really like trying to understand the material and like explain it to each other. So it's been really fun. All of that to say was that her lab wanted her to take an immunology class, and I told her that I would take it with her because I needed to take some more electives anyways, and also because if I feel like we just learn well together, that I would enjoy it no matter what, because I wasn't super familiar with a lot of immunology stuff. But immunology is really cool. I didn't know if I would like it, but it's really interesting. It's like super complicated, or at least it has a really high barrier to entry, because there's so many acronyms. Like, there's a million interleukins, IL-1, IL-2, all these things, and they do something different, and there's so many cytokines and chemokines and names for things. But it's really cool now that I'm like starting to get it. I like it because I don't know. So all of that was to say, I definitely will be making a video just reading over my notes, because I do really like reading and whispering. So maybe alternating between soft spoken and whispering. So I will figure out how to set that up, because now that I have the headset, I would like to do more in VR, but I think if it is a little too difficult to record, then I will try maybe just doing sound bites. I don't know if that's the right word, but like no visuals. I don't know, because I do still like having the visual aspect, so I guess we'll see. But yes, so that was one of the things. Another thing I don't think I mentioned that I wanted to point out, but I thought that this world was really cute. There's like little stars on the ceiling, and there's also this wallpaper, or is this wallpaper? This is like ceiling paper. It has little stars, and if you look really closely, they're actually moving, which I think is really cute. I really like that. I really like stars, and I also feel like it's like a good relaxing kind of. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, I could just look up at that. It's very calming. And there's also rain sounds in this world. I'm realizing now that I think almost every video that I've made has rain sounds in the background. I probably shouldn't do that every single time, but this world just like has them. So it's kind of supposed to sound like rain on glass. And there's also, they've probably like passed by, but there's also like cars that drive by, and it has that like sound effect as though it's actually driving by your house. And whoa, I'm so sorry, I just smacked you. If you look like here, I think it will, I don't know, there'll be like lights from the car headlights, which I thought was really cool. So I really liked that. Yes, I don't remember. I keep trying to film this, and I've had to do like a couple retakes, so I don't remember if I've mentioned this already, but I came on here, not just came on, I wanted to make a video. Okay, see, and this is where I'm kind of overthinking, because I do, okay, I still want to do roleplay stuff where I have a script, so maybe it's a little less scattered, but I was like, should I make a video just explaining where I've been to give an update, or should I also do something else at the same time, because I would really like to read Disco Elysium skill quotes. If you've never played Disco Elysium, I highly recommend it. I think it's a really interesting game. There's a lot of, if you like world building and done really well. And something I really like, I've been thinking about it recently. There are like really good quotes. Honestly, I might want to make another video, reading quotes from the game, because I just think they're really cool. But I wanted to, I guess, start with reading like the description for the skills and the attribute. There's like a broader category of attributes, and then there's, I think, 6 skills for each. And so I kind of wanted to talk about them. I don't know, I think they're phrased really interestingly, and so that is what I would like to yap about for the rest of this video, perhaps. But thank you for everyone who's stuck around, and also I've had a few people leave comments in the interim of my absence, hoping that I would come back, and I thought that was really sweet, and I was really happy. And even if you didn't leave a comment, or thank you for just watching, I guess, period. But I'm gonna start filming things more often and get more into the habit of working on it consistently. It's probably abundantly clear that I have ADHD, but the more that I like work something into my routine, I will not forget to prioritize it, if that makes sense. So, anyways, I would definitely, I think I will make some more Disco Elysium stuff in the future, or at least in terms of reading quotes. Well, see, okay, I also need to kind of fix so like, when you are in VR, you have like a play space, which is like where you're able to move, and you have like, or at least in my case, I have like trackers that, I don't remember what it's called, external light. There's like the Oculus that has like its own internal tracking system that you don't need external trackers for, but the kind I have has to be tracked with like these little checkers that I have on tripods. But I don't know if they're set up in the most efficient way. So I also have a really big mirror now because I moved, and I need to cover it up because like the lights will go to the mirror and it will like refract the tracking, and it will mess up. So apologies for that. But I see, this is all part of I get it. I start working on the routine, and then it will get better, and I will improve making videos, and then when I do something that's more scripted or less chaotic, it will be more put together because I have had practice. But I don't think there's anything wrong with like chaotic things like this. I just hope that it's relaxing, or I guess entertaining, but I mean ideally relaxing. And so, okay, I will start by reading some of the quotes. Sorry. Not quotes. The skill descriptions. The skills are really interesting in this game. They sort of talk to you like they're characters. So let me pull this up. I'm trying to like alternate between like VR, not VR, but like I have to like pull it up. So I think, I'm pulling up I wanted to read them from the okay, I'm so sorry I smacked you again. Okay, from the Wikipedia. Let's see. I will try cutting more things out if this is like kind of crazy. Okay. I'm learning. Okay, actually, you know what I might do? I'm going to adjust this camera, I think. I don't know about you, but like, personally, I don't know. I would rather like the camera be, let's see, is this accurate? It is, okay. I don't know, I prefer to have like, I don't know, it still be like making eye contact. Maybe that's intimidating, but I don't know. It would bother me, I think, otherwise. But I think that this, I think this angle looks okay. So I'm gonna start off with intellect. So maybe I should begin with, there's 4 categories or 4 attributes. So it's logic, psyche, motorics, and physique. And each of those 4 have 6 skills in them relating to the overall category. And I guess when you first start the game, you can allocate points to each of the 4, or split among the 4, and then throughout the game, when you level up, I guess, I don't remember exactly, I think you level up, it's something, and you're able to add a point into a skill individually, but in the beginning, you start with just adding it to the category overall. I might be misremembering. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Does that ever happen? This happens to me so much where I start saying a word wrong and then I can't stop saying it wrong. It happened. I'm trying to remember what word it was. This happened to me with a word recently that I for the life of me could not say. I was mixing up interchangeably with exchange. So I was saying interexchangeably, but I don't think that's a word. Sorry. Okay, what was I talking about? Hold on. Hold on. The skills. Oh, yes. Yes, okay. You can allocate points. Okay, that's right. I played the game a couple years ago now, so I might misremembering some parts, but there's some leveling up feature, but in the beginning you allocate to 4 different attributes, and there's some pre-built options. There's one that's more balanced between the 4, and then one that's more, I don't remember exactly because I went with my own build, so I remember I think the max that you can put in from the beginning is 6 points in each, and so I did 5 in intellect, 5 in psyche, and then 1 in motorics, and then 1 in physique, which meant that in the very beginning of the game, okay, I guess this is a little bit of a spoiler, but it's not anything serious. In the beginning of the game, you have to collect some of your things around your room, and one of your items of clothing is on a ceiling fan, and you have to roll a physique, or no, a motorics check, probably motorics. You have to roll, I think, a motorics check to grab it off, and I failed the check, and I got damaged, and I died, because, if you're motorics and physique, I don't remember which of the 2, they might both contribute to it, but they're related to your HP, and so because I went all brain and no brawn, I was extremely, I was super physically incapable. There's another point in the game where you have to you're forced to sit on a chair that's really uncomfortable, and it makes you take 1 point of damage. So if you don't have enough HP or a healing item, you are in for a bad time. But okay, all of that to say, that is what my build was, and so I am a bit more familiar with intellect and the psyche skills, but I do want to play the game again because it's been a few years, like I mentioned, and check out the other, play one that's maybe more physique and motoric space, just to see those options. Okay, I will stop rambling. I'm going to start. So I'm going to start with, first is logic, and that is the very first skill of the physique. not physique, intellect. SMH, definitely intellect. So it's the first skill for intellect. Sorry, for a lot. Yes, for intellect. Oh my gosh, I kept thinking that the attribute, like category for intellect was called logic, but logic is a skill in intellect. Okay. Anyways, I'll start. I really like how they're phrased. So, the description is: wield raw intellectual power, deduce the world, cool for analysts, pure rationalists, obviously logicians. Logic urges you to analyze the living daylights out of the case. It enables you to piece evidence together, detect inconsistencies in statements, and impress everyone with your astonishing conclusions. It's the bread and butter of many a detective. At high levels, logic will be able to solve even the most complicated puzzles. You will be very proud and thus susceptible to intellectual flattery. This is an aside. This is true. That was actually a very interesting thing in this game. For those blinded by their own brilliance, For those blinded by their own brilliance, often miss important clues. With low levels of logic, you're going to have a hard time solving even the simplest puzzles. Even if you find the pieces, good luck putting them together. Ba-bum! So that was logic. Next is encyclopedia. Here we go. Call upon your knowledge. Produce fascinating trivia. Cool for thinkers, historians, trivia freaks. Trivia freaks is crazy. That's an interesting description. Okay. Encyclopedia makes you a know-it-all, turning your mind into a database of facts. It enables you to draw on these facts innately, offering a wealth of background knowledge to all things related and unrelated to your case. Who knows when the history of cigarette brands will provide the breakthrough you need to arrest a murderer, or when knowledge of pre-revolutionary guns might save a life. At high levels, Encyclopedia shares this wealth of knowledge to an almost overwhelming degree, and I can vouch for that. While it may give you crucial breakthroughs, it more often will clutter your mind with useless tidbits. With low levels of encyclopedia, though, you'll be forced to work with only the clues in front of you. Without any background knowledge, copying is going to be tough stuff. Tough stuff. Maybe I should have prefaced, but in this game, you're also I guess it might have been made clear, but you're a police officer. You're solving a case, so there's a lot of references to that sort of thing. Okay, so that was encyclopedia. Next is rhetoric. Okay. Okay. Practice the art of persuasion. Enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse. Cool for ideologists, conversationalists, would-be politicians. Rhetoric urges you to debate, make intellectual discourse, nitpick, and win. It enables you to break down arguments and hear what people are really saying. You'll spot fallacies as soon as they're used. What exactly did the waiter leave out of their testimony? What was the dancer trying to divert you from? Was that double entendre intended, or did you just get an accidental lead? At high levels, rhetoric will make you an impressive political beast, one whose beliefs are impenetrable, which is to say, one whose mind will not change, one who will calcify. With low rhetoric, though, you'll have a hard time shooting down any argument. Nailing people to their testimonies will be nigh impossible. Wow, so cool. I love that. They're all so thorough. Okay, the next one is drama. Whoa, am I lagging? The next one is drama. Okay. I remember thinking this is interesting. Or I was like, interesting that this skill is under intellect, but I guess it makes sense. Okay, drama. Play the actor. Lie and detect lies. Cool for undercover cops. Thespians of the stage. Psychopaths. Drama urges you to treat the world as a stage, and on it to perform. Oh my gosh, that also reminds me. I've been playing this, that is pathologic too. Very interesting. Very, very crazy game. It is like extremely, it's like very extremely intense, but it's like really fun. That, I don't know, description of performance made me think of pathologic. Okay, I'll read this sentence again. So, drama urges you to treat the world as a stage, and on it to perform. It will enable you to lie, to concoct the most elaborate and wonderful stories, to take on ingenious personas and perform acts of stagecraft in an engineering amalgam of forbearing and deceit. I've never seen this word. F-R-U-F-O. I can't spell. F-O-U-R-B-E-R-I-E. Forbearing and deceit. As well, it enables you to see through would-be actors and their false antics. If they lie, you'll know immediately. Oh gosh. As well, it enables you to see through would-be actors and their false antics. If they lie, you'll know immediately. Meow, meow, meow. Okay. I was making sure my microphone is like right here. So I'm like trying to like orient. I will do more of that after. Sorry, continuing. At high levels, trauma may render you an insufferable thespian, one prone to hysterics and bouts of paranoia. For to know the world is a stage is to know that truth is a vanity. However, with low drama, you cannot lie, or discern when others lie. And a cop who can't do either is a cop who's soon going to be lying 6 feet under. That was freaking flames, bro. I love that. That's so cool. Play on words. Okay. That was drama. So next we have conceptualization. Understand creativity. See art in the world. Cool for creatives, psychedelic fanciers, critics. Conceptualization has a special role it wants you to play in this world. Not the role of a cop, but of art cop. It enables you to make fresh associations, to delve into world concepts from Jan Karp's postmodernist carpery to Ravachol's arpaquest architectural style Diderbrada. What the? Diderdada. What the heck? This cannot be a Diderrida. Dideryada. Sorry. And even the concept of hardcore written in all caps. And then, importantly, to add your own contribution to these works. At high levels, conceptualization makes you grow big, perhaps too big. It is ostentatious, demanding grand displays. Why live life when you can throw yourself into a live volcano? Don't do that. At low levels, however, you will be unable to see the world in a creative light. You will be unable to contribute to conversations in an art gallery. Only boring people will invite you to their dust parties. Okay, so that was conceptualization. Next, we have visual calculus. In one moment, I'm going to readjust how I'm sitting. Yeah. My leg is I always sit on my legs, but then they start going numb, and then okay. Maybe I'm noticing that now this is slightly off. Thank you for your patience. Should I zoom in? Maybe. Okay. Hello. Whoa. I still want to get those stars up there, because I think that they're okay. Okay. Oh man, I'm such a okay. I will probably maybe edit out the moving of my camera in case anyone gets motion sick, because I know it can be kind of overwhelming. But I did it because I wasn't looking directly at the camera and it was bothering me. But also, I don't know, variety, question mark. Maybe I should show more of this world. Maybe I should just just to show. It's very cute. Where are they? Oh, here. There's some dinosaurs. Isn't that so cute? Maybe little plush dinosaurs. It's very cute. Very cozy. So I like it. Okay, sorry. The adjuster. They call me the adjuster. Okay. I will go back to reading. So we have visual calculus, which is still under the intellect attribute. Okay. Oh wait, I almost skipped the very beginning. No. Okay. Reconstruct crime scenes. Make laws of physics work for the law. Physics is really interesting. As an aside, physics is really cool. I was a chemistry major in undergrad, and we had to take physical chemistry, which is the physics of everything. And I really liked the concepts of that class. I was not very good at the math, but I really enjoyed. The math was really cool. The math is cool. I was just not very good, but I really liked the concepts. They were really interesting. Okay. Sorry. Let me get back to this. Okay. Cool for forensic scientists, tactical fighters, math-minded people. Well, not exactly me, but okay. Visual calculus verses you not only in the laws of the state, but the laws of nature. It enables you to create visual crime scene models in your mind's eye. You'll see how a bullet shattered the glass, and from that trace, it's a trajectory with mathematical precision. You'll also count so many footprints, and at a glance discern shoe size and design, as well as the height, weight, and gender of the one who wore them. At high levels, visual calculus makes the world reveal its secrets to you. But you may be so absorbed by your mind's diorama that you don't notice the crook your pants. However, at low levels, your mind's eye will be blind. Reconstructing crime scenes will be difficult without outside help. I thought that was so cool. Sorry, I'm also like kind of playing around with my hands, but that was visual calculus. This is a very interesting skill. You get to see some stuff, I guess. Not my favorite skill, although I should definitely replay the game because that might change, to be honest. They're all really cool. Okay. Oh, okay. Actually, so we're done with intellect. That was all the intellect ones. Next, we're moving on to psyche, which is probably like maybe my favorite category. I just like mind stuff. But there's so many good quotes in this game that are like very motivational or like very #real. I will definitely make a video about it because I like collecting them. They're very motivational or like I don't know, they make me think about the world, I guess. Okay. Again, this is volition. Hold yourself together. Keep your morale up. Cool for sane people, well-adjusted cops, the non-suicidal. Volition urges you to be a good guy to others and yourself. It enables you to resist temptation, be it in a bottle, between a pair of legs, or at the end of an iron barrel which promises oblivion. Volition gives you the will to finish the investigation, improving your morale. One of the 2 health pools in the game. Okay, one of the 2 health. Okay. Another one of them is in physique or motorics, I don't remember which. At high levels, volition makes you hyper sane. When you're about to get funky, it keeps you normal. It's a bit of a party pooper. At low levels, however, sorry, that might have been like really super loud. I need to sort of adjust myself. So, okay, I'll say that again. At low levels, however, you'll have little morale. Without it, you'll be a profoundly unstable cop, falling apart at the seams. Falling apart at the seams as you make irreversible mistakes. Very scary stuff. Okay, next is Inland Empire. This is probably a contender for one of my favorites. My favorite skills. Okay, Inland Empire. Hunches and gut feelings. Dreams, waking life. Sorry. This is literally like reading practice. I feel like I'm not this bad at reading. Okay, I'll read this again. Hunches and gut feelings. Dreams in waking life. Cool for dreamers, paranatural investigators, mental creators. Inland Empire is the unfiltered wellspring of imagination, emotion, and foreboding. It enables you to grope your way through invisible dimensions of reality, gaining insight into that which sight can't see. What's really going on? What do these enigmatic riddles mean for the world of fate? At high levels, Inland Empire animates the inanimate. You'll have conversations with your clothing, conversations that may change the course of the investigation, if you're not thrown into the loony bin first. With low Inland Empire, however, you'll be void of imagination and character. And then how will you shape the cosmos? Hooray! That was Inland Empire, one of my favorites. Next up, we have empathy. Empathy. understand others. Work your mirror neurons. Good for judges, or not good for, cool for, or I'm adjusting my, okay. Cool for judges of character, interviewers, interrogators. Empathy breaks into the souls of others and forces you to feel what's inside. It enables you to notice social cues others may miss. Perhaps a hidden sadness you could coax out with a little more. A strange joy from someone. Oh, I was like, wait, coax out with that. I'll read this again. It enables you to notice social cues others may miss. Perhaps perhaps a hidden sadness you could coax out a little more. A strange joy from someone who should be bereaved, or a hidden resentment that could return to harm you later. At high levels, empathy really puts you in other people's shoes. You'll cry for their sorrows, punch walls to relieve their angers, and be an even more unstable cop. With low empathy, however, you'll be an ungainly beast, unable to talk to anyone without upsetting them. And that would be bad. Okay, that was empathy. Next is authority. Okay. Intimidate the public. Assert yourself. This one always has like the craziest shit to say. Like, you'll be having a conversation with someone and they'll like disrespect you like a little bit, like slightly, and it'll chime in like, put them in their place. Don't let them speak to you that way. Like, stuff like that. It's kind of, it's funny. Okay. So, cool for, sorry, I'm checking where the mic is so I can like position myself. Okay, hopefully I'm not like too close, but it's hard to hear. Cool for leaders, experts of psychological warfare, respect junkies. Authority urges you to assert and reassert your dominance over those around you. It enables you to understand the power dynamics of groups of thugs, know how far you can push a perpetrator, and how to establish control of situations. At high levels, authority demands respect. Even a perceived slight could send you into knee-breaking mode. With low authority, however, you're forever in awkward situations, like when you suffer psychological breakdowns after you yell at teenagers and they laugh at you. That is so real. Teenagers scare the living shit out of me. Okay, next is a spirit that corpse. Connect to Station 41. Understand cop culture. Cool for cops, cop aficionados, pretend cops. A spirit de corpse is the very spirit of policing. The copgeist. It enables you to understand your blue soul sisters and brothers, not only by picking up subtle signs from your partner, but by witnessing flash sideways scenes as they play out in your precinct. At high levels, you'll be very heart of the police force. You'll be the very heart of the police force, not only willing and able, but obliged to take a bullet for your partner. However, without a spirit de corpse, you'll be flying blind, unable to understand discreet remarks colleagues make in high-stakes situations. Remarks that might save your life. Very important. Your partner is the freaking goat. is suggestion. Charm men and women. Sorry, I said that kind of loud. I'll never say that again. Charm men and women. Play the puppet master. Cool for diplomats, charmers, sociopaths. Suggestion urges a soft power approach. If people think they want what you want, you've already won. This skill enables you to implant ideas into the mind of others. You can make the citizens like you more. You can make gangsters turn on each other, too. Many crime rings have been broken by just a little doubt after all. At high levels, suggestion makes you affable to everyone and more resistant to their charms in turn. But all that schmoozing and oozing charm will make you slimy. And you'll know it, even if no one else does. With low levels of suggestion, though, you'll have difficulty getting any kind of support with others. You'll be alone, both during the day and at night. That's very sad. Very sad, but very real. Dun, dun, dun. Next is endurance. Okay. Welcome to the physique attribute category. Endurance. Take the blows. Don't let the world kill you. Cool for fighters who can take a hit. Lookouts who don't sleep. Human batteries. Endurance is your metabolism and circulatory system. It improves your health. One of the 2 health pools in the game. Here is the second one. It enables you to survive being a cop. Who cares if you can't aim a gun, if you can't take a few bullets? Why be afraid of drugs that hurt you? Why be afraid of drugs that hurt your health if you're a very, very healthy man? At high levels, endurance enables you to take a few knocks to the head, enjoy a greater quantity of drugs, and shake off a few cardiac arrests. It makes you a powerful man, and who looks down on the weaklings who can't keep up. That was me. However, cops with low endurance are likely to struggle. The body is frail already, and the flesh of a cop will often be tested. And if it doesn't pass, it dies. Oh no, very bad. Okay, next is pain threshold. Okay. Shrug off the pain. They'll have to hurt you more. Cool for unstoppable fighters. Guys who don't die. Masochists. Pain threshold ignores damage, so you can push on, bloodied and crawling, to the bitterest end. It enables you to negate damage you would otherwise take, even mental pain, heartache, and loneliness. In fact, these things can become a thrill you seek out and perversely revel in. At high levels, pain threshold turns in on itself in a seriously unhealthy way, with full-on self-destructive behavior. With a low pain threshold, however, you will suffer too easily. Even a slap from a teenager will make you whine and complain. That was also me. Okay, next is physical instrument. Flex powerful muscles. Enjoy healthy organs. Cool 4, muscle men, bare knuckle brawlers, gym teachers. Physical instrument is not only your muscles and your skeleton, it is your ability to use them effectively. It enables you to do push-ups, sit-ups, knockout punches, and 360-degree spin kicks. It's a one-size-fits-all solution to thriving and surviving in a physical world. At high levels, physical instrument breaks doors, chains, and bones. And it makes you laugh at the namby-pansies who can't. You'll be manned up, encouraging others to curl iron until they're manned up too. At low levels, however, you'll have a hard time arresting anyone who isn't infirm or already dead. Indeed, engaging in physical confrontation could leave you at either state. Engaging in physical confrontation can leave you in either state, as in infirm or already dead. I don't know, I like the way they word things in this. I like the writing a lot. Next up is electrochemistry. This is like the freaky skill. Go to party planet. Love and be loved by drugs. Cool 4, high flyers, party enthusiasts, cops who need lightning. Electrochemistry is the animal within you, the beast longing to be unleashed, to indulge and enjoy. It enables you to take drugs with fewer negative side effects. It also enables you to better investigate lurid matters. If you need to understand a chemical breakdown, or talk to someone blasted out of their mind, or understand sexual dynamics, electrochemistry is there to guide you. At high levels, electrochemistry makes you a man of unrestrained pleasure, an unrepentant Lothario who leers at people with a bottle of speed and a plastic bendy straw in either hand. But with low electrochemistry, you'll be too innocent to be effective. Without a working knowledge of drugs and sex, the city will be difficult to understand. Next is shivers. This is also a very iconic skill. Okay. Raise the hair on your neck. Tune into the city. Cool 4, city lovers. The wisest of the street wise. The genuinely supernatural. Shivers come when the temperature drops and you become more keenly aware of your surroundings. It enables you to hear the city itself, to truly belong to the streets. It is a supernatural ability. Old wrongs play out in present time. Scenes across the city happen in front of you. But who is speaking to you? At high levels, shivers makes you seem mad to the outside world, as though you listen, or as you listen to the city, you don't listen to others. Your superiors may begin to worry. With low shivers, though, you will seldom hear the city speaking to you, and if you cannot hear it, how can you ever save it? Okay, next is half-light. Okay, let the body take control. Threaten people. Cool 4, high-strung investigators. Shoot now, ask later, cops. Surprise haters. Have Flight is your fight or flight response. It enables you to sense the way situations are about to turn. It injects palpable fear into your heart. Fear that urges you to act before it's too late to act ever again. Fear that makes you frighten others. It is the aggression that lets you squeeze every last drop of information out of a witness. At high levels, half-life makes you ultra attuned. Half-light makes you ultra attuned to the world. It is perpetual fear of your own shadow, of someone else's name or scent. You'll be ready, always, to pounce and physically interrogate passerbys. At low levels, however, you'll find your survival instinct is lacking, and your methods are limp-wrist. Those who respect violence will not respect you. Okay. Next is you're entering the motorics section, or the motorics attribute. This is the very last one. Okay. Motorics. Ready, aim, and fire. Cool for trick shooters, snipers, jugglers. Hand-eye coordination loves the interaction between you and things that fly in the air. It enables you to catch coins from mob bosses, shoot straight, and understand firearms intimately. Want to know the precise make and mark of a pistol? Hand-eye coordination's got you. Want to shoot someone with it? Ditto. At high levels, hand-eye coordination makes you deadly, supposing you've a weapon in your hand. But once you do, hand-eye coordination will compel you to take the shot, even if it's not the best approach. At low levels, however, you'll be even more of a disaster in waiting, because when the guns go off, and they always do, you'll probably hit the wrong target. I feel like they all make such good, compelling arguments for why they're important. I'm curious, if you've played Disco Elysium, what were your thoughts? But also, if you haven't, I'm curious to know what you think of, I guess, the skills so far. Do you have a favorite? Which one sounds the most interesting? I would be curious to know. Okay, the next skill is perception. See, hear, and smell everything. Let no detail go unnoticed. Hopefully, I'm not being too loud. Goal 4: find detail detectives, sensualists, urban scavengers. Perception wants you to be open to the world, with ears, eyes, and nose working at full capacity. It enables you to take in what others don't notice. The little wad of bills hidden away in the sugar bowl, the odor of a perp hiding beneath the floorboards, the gulp of a suspect after claiming they've nothing to hide. At high levels, perception takes in every final detail of the physical world, enough to overwhelm all but the strongest mind. However, with low levels, you are going to miss out on everything. After all, you can't arrest what you can't see, hear, or smell. Next is speed reaction. The quickest to act, or, my bad, the quickest to react. An untouchable man. Cool for shot dodgers, thinkers on their feet, pinball heads. Reaction speed is the agility of your body and mind. It is instinct. It enables you to dodge punches, knives, and bullets. branches of the verbal kind. You'll be more streetwise, never lost for words or lacking a witty comeback. Your mental alacrity lets you connect little details on the fly, working in tandem with your intellect skills. At high levels, reaction speed makes you twitch reflex freakishly good. However, when your body acts before your mind, innocent situations can turn bad fast. You're high-strung, overly alert. At low levels, though, you won't be the one shooting first, which probably means you won't be shooting at all. Also, sorry. Meow meow meow. That's my alert to mute if something is too loud. Okay. Next is savoir. I might be saying this wrong. Savior fair. But I don't know if this is supposed to be pronounced like savoir. I don't know, sorry. I don't speak French, or maybe this is just, I don't know how to pronounce this. Savoir faire. Okay. Sneak under their noses. Stun with immense panache. Cool for acrobats, thieves, unbearable show-offs. Savoir faire urges you to be better than you are. It urges you to be disco. Slip by others in Sumerian boxing style, then tumble out of the back with unexpected acrobatics. It enables you to move silent footsteps, to groove to a good beat, and to lift useful evidence off perps without them noticing. It also makes you a cooler cop, whose athletic flair will certainly impress the citizenry. At high levels, savoir faire will make you the king of cool, which is as much to say, the most stylish douchebag in River Shoal. Nobody will save you until you're ready to be seen, and then they'll get the full treatment, whether they want it or not. At low levels, however, you'll be a bumbling, feckless cop, unable to catch a pair of keys thrown by your partner without losing an eye. Next is interfacing. Master mechanics, big locks and pockets. Cool for machinists, tinkerers, instrument players. Interfacing wants you to connect to machines, to use and improve them, because that makes you a better human organism. It enables you to understand interactions with machines, be that how to repair the motor of a Kinamak motor carriage, how to analyze the way a suspect used a pen, or how to refigure electrical circuits. It even lets you steal keys off a keyring without being noticed. At high levels, interfacing will isolate you from society. Why bother with people when you can just talk to machines? And why bother with things like money when you can just pocket that display sandwich? I don't know what that means. At low levels, however, you will have a crucial part of the world cut from you. People use machines to commit crimes all the time. If you can't understand how a crime was accomplished, how can you solve it? Okay, and the very last one is composure, and I'm gonna check to make sure I'm like recording still, because there's like a little, I have a vision, I'm having a vision where like this whole time I haven't been recording, and it's been a whole hour. Okay, I have been, sorry to interrupt. Okay, is the last skill of the last category, so this is the very last one. This is composure. Straighten your back. Keep your poker face. Cool for card players, military fetishists, cool people. Composure wants you to not crack, or at least not crack in front of other people. It enables you to put up a strong front. It keeps your emotions hidden from the world and helps you to read body language of others, to sense the cracks in their own composure. As well, it keeps you looking good while you do it. You'll rock that disco outfit a lot more if you don't slouch. Oh man, I slouch so much, it's so bad. Okay, at high levels, composure makes you tuck your gut in and maintain a stern expression. Even lying in bed late at night when no one else can see you, you'll have to keep it up. You'll never be able to stop. With low composure though, you'll always be the first to crack. Every cop's got a point that they all fear, where when all that fear and rage comes spilling out, and the ones who unleash it doesn't stay on the doesn't. That should say don't. Okay. Don't stay on the force much longer. Perhaps worse still, you won't even make ranks of the fashion police. It's so silly. It's very... Oh my goodness. This crazy timing, my cat has just jumped onto the table. Hello, calamari. Oh goodness. She's stepping around. This is her way. This is actually crazy timing, because let me see if she'll get off the table. So, okay, sorry. My cat just jumped on my table. This is perfect timing though, because I did just finish reading. That's her way of telling me that it is bedtime. Oh, sorry. That's her way of telling me that it's bedtime and I need to go to sleep. It is not too late for me, but well, I guess